Today we're gonna make, I call that a gourmet chocolate bar. To make a bar like that, we have to start by the bottom layer first, to start by making the sablé viennois, about 4 millimeter thickness. Then I'm making my praliné that I can pour over the sablé viennois. And when the praliné is set, after a few hours, then I can make my marshmallow. The marshmallow is doing very fast. It's pretty easy to do, fast. And as soon as the marshmallow is whipped into the mixer, I have to spread that right away before the gelatin is set, actually. Then I have to leave overnight to crystallize, to set up overnight. Then the next day I can cut and enrobe in the dark chocolate. Decoration comes at the very end. Actually, when you make this sablé viennois with a food processor, you save a lot of time. I just have to put flour, butter, powdered sugar, vanilla powder, all ingredients in the food processor. Turn it on, and 30 seconds and it's made, it's finished. So we're gonna make a sablé viennois. So it's a type of dough where I only use egg white to hydrate the dough. I got a lot of butter, flour, salt, icing sugar, and vanilla. Put a little bit of egg white first. Then I put flour, sugar, the salt, ground vanilla bean, put 2 grams, put the rest of the egg white now, and the butter, et voilà. Some people call that shortbread, but it's a sablé. Professional, they call that sablé dough. You have to put the butter and egg white really cold, because in the food processor it's going to turn so fast, it's going to heat up. So better to start with cold ingredients from the beginning. It's done. I just have to remove, knead a little bit on the table and keep it in the fridge. We see the vanilla specks. Là, au frigo. So this sablé viennois fit also for any bar in chocolate. The chocolatier doesn't have the opportunity to make a lot of type of dough like in pastry, but if there is one, it's the sablé viennois. It doesn't shrink or spread out. It keeps the shape perfectly square if you want to make a frame or something. So you keep the thickness, so it's crunchy, but as soon as you start to bite, it's melting in your mouth with the amount of butter. Praliné, it's such a classic filling, I would say, interior in a confectionery world. All the chocolatiers, they are using praliné. Praliné, it's caramelized nuts, the flavor of the caramel and the nuts toasted. We could have praliné of hazelnut, almonds, pistachio, macadamia, all different type of nuts, and walnut, pecan. And it's something you can really customize using not only vanilla, but coffee, spices, and who doesn't like that? Making the praliné, you start by making a syrup. I cook the sugar with water and glucose. I put the nuts inside, and once the nuts get crystallized into the sugar, that's where I add the vanilla. I think it's better for the vanilla to really infuse in the batch of praliné. Because when you do the praliné from scratch, toasting the nuts, cooking the sugar to the caramel stage, I mean, it's you start to eat that, you can stop after. It's crazy. Sometimes if I want to add more vanilla, before I food process my praliné, when I have to mix the nuts and the caramel, at this moment, I can add a little bit more vanilla to make sure that the vanilla also spread out into the oil of the nuts. You know, by mixing the food processor pieces of hard praliné, so it becomes like a paste because the oil content into the nuts is coming out with the speed, and praliné is getting warmer into the food processor. So the vanilla then is mixing in this oil, the nuts, and the sugar, and the flavor is so good. So I put the vanilla towards the end of the process, knowing that the praliné, we can keep it room temp for a few months in a box, airtight box. This is something that then after you can use anytime, because when we add a proportion of chocolate and cocoa butter in the praliné, then we are making the praliné a little bit harder. That's why we can spread out and cut in pieces to create our bonbon. I got the praliné here. Then we have the chocolate here. I just add the cocoa butter. But I just want to make sure that the whole mix is around at least 45 Celsius, which is right now it's 51, which is in Fahrenheit, it's about 124, pretty warm, right? So I'm going to put that in my praliné. The chocolate and cocoa butter need to be warm before mixing with the praliné. And praliné was still warm because freshly made, freshly mixed. But I need to cool it down then, so that's why I need to temper on the table. I already put inside ground vanilla bean, right? I could put a little bit of cinnamon if I want to, or spices, or coffee, ground coffee. Yeah, freshly ground, it's the best. A good coffee bean, and you just ground it, then you use. Ready? 95. The stone, it's always kind of cold. This one is not porous, so it's perfect to temper chocolate or praliné or directly on the table. I need my praliné to be around 24 Celsius, which is I think around 73 Fahrenheit. I can pour over the sablé viennois. And when the praliné is set, after a few hours, then I can make my vanilla bean marshmallow. Now I'm going to make a vanilla marshmallow without egg white. So I'm using some glucose and sugar, water, a little bit, and I need to cook to 110, which is right now, it's okay. Okay, I can stop. Then I got inverted sugar here in the mixer. I put gelatin mix with already gelatin powder hydrated with water. Put a ground vanilla bean, very important, it's a vanilla marshmallow, right? So, and I pour my sugar over it. I'm gonna put some syrup first. So it looks like very black right now, and it's going to become very white in 10 minutes because of ground vanilla bean. For this specific recipe, I didn't want to add an extract or a paste, something liquidy. So the ground vanilla bean is perfect. A lot of flavor, concentrated, but dry, in a powder form. That's perfect. Exactly what I need for this. Like, up, I'm going to put that on top. So I like this in this bar to put the top layer of marshmallow combined with the praliné and the sablé. I think for me it's a perfect combination. Then I have to leave overnight to crystallize, to set up overnight. Then the next day I can cut and enrobe in the dark chocolate. Few bites. I would say you can even share. It's a two-person bar. It's good.